Hey, what is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. We're going to take a look at the Eberlestock IndiTAK, IndiTAK being Individual Trauma Aid Kit, because a couple weeks ago when I did the overview of the Bandit pack, I asked if you guys wanted to see a review of this first aid kit, and a lot of you actually said yes. So that's what we're going to do today. So let's just jump straight back into it. How does this pouch actually attach to your pack? Well, there's a plastic buckle on the top that firmly connects it to this Velcro MOLLE panel. And once you undo that buckle, the pouch is free to just rip off, and then it leaves the Velcro panel on your pack. So we'll put that away for now, and we'll just talk about the pouch itself. So this is a reasonably sized pouch. It's what I would say bigger than an IFAK. Like, you wouldn't wear this on your belt. You would want it in your pack, or like I usually use it, I keep it under my driver's seat in my car. And so we'll go over some of the exterior features of this and then some of the interior design as well. And since that'd be a really quick video, I'm going to go over what med supplies I actually have in this as well. So to start off, whenever you're building a first aid kit, you always want to make sure that it is marked as a first aid kit. For anybody that doesn't know your equipment and your gear, it should be obvious that this is a med pouch. That's why I have this sticker on it. A red first aid cross would also obviously be the universal sign for first aid kit as well. So that's a Velcro. There are some loop attach points on the front and on the sides of this pouch, as well as the side pockets, which are made to carry tourniquets. And there are these elastic bungee pull tabs that keep all of these in place, which are easy to remove. So right now with my setup, I've just got 2 cat tourniquets because that was the standard for the ROE for the area I was working in last. And then I have my trauma shear scissors, trauma shears as well. Then you have these nice big pull tabs to get into the main part of this pouch. So I pull that open, and then what I've got right on top are gloves. I've got 3 pairs of latex-free gloves, because the first thing you want to do if you start providing assistance to a victim is to make sure you're not going to contaminate yourself with whatever kind of health concerns they have going on. So if I'm in a fast-paced environment and I might be panicking a little bit, I have my gloves right on top, so I never forget that that's step number 1. After that, I have an Israeli bandage, and then probably the most used piece of kit is just a simple little boo-boo kit. Don't overthink your med kits. In most cases, if you're going to need medical assistance, it'll probably be something small, some scratches, cuts, things like that. So make sure you have normal size band-aids and things like Neosporin with you. So most used piece of kit in my first aid kit. Then I have more trauma gauze. I have a large roll of Quick Clot. I have 2 smaller Quick Clot pouches or pads. Then I have a space blanket, because if you're working with a patient that is in shock, or even maybe if you're just in the cold, maintaining body temperature is key, and hypothermia is a very real thing, so you want to keep yourself or your patients warm. Then I have a couple of smaller things on the bottom of this front section, like burn gel, and a few different sizes of patches, and then an eye patch as well, and a sterile ammonia pad for cleaning anything off. Just some tape, always useful, and then just some more wrapping gauze. And then into the lid section here, I've got a nasopharyngeal airway to make sure yourself or your patient are breathing appropriately and getting airflow. More wrapped gauze. A wrapped ACE bandage. Some duct tape, because tape is always a good thing, especially with the gauzes and the wraps that don't have a way to secure them. And then 2 sets of 2 chest seals, and considering you can use the wrapping itself, this is actually could work as 6 chest seals. And then the last thing I have is the chest decompression needle. Yes, I have been trained how to use this. Yes, I highly recommend you pursue professional training before you add this to your kit and you know exactly how to use it, when to use it. Otherwise, you can just hurt the person you're trying to help even more. So that is all the content for my IFAK. So let's talk about this pouch just a little bit. I picked this up from Eberlestock's website for $65. I do think that is overpriced for how simple of a layout this is, considering there's just some elastic straps that are designed basically to fit ACE bandages and Israeli bandages in here. And it is nice that they have this little sleeve to be able to fit those longer, skinnier things like the chest seals. But for that $65, I think you are buying a very high quality product that will last a long time. I don't mind spending a little bit more money to support a US and a veteran owned company. But you probably could get an equivalent pouch for closer to $30 to $40. Just try to avoid the super cheap stuff on Amazon. So that just about wraps up this pouch. I've only had to use it once, other than just the normal like boo-boo pouch kit stuff. And I came across a fatal accident, car crash that was only about like 5 cars ahead of me. Unfortunately, the driver was killed on impact, but the passenger suffered some severe trauma, and there happened to be paramedics in the car immediately behind them. So those 2 paramedics and I did what we could, and I had my first aid kit with me to support what tools they had. So I'm very glad I had invested in all of this equipment for that scenario. But the most important thing was I knew how to use everything that I have in my first aid kit. That is the most important thing, guys. It doesn't matter what you have with you if you are not trained on how to use it. So if you want to get more information, try to go take a TCCC class, or formerly known as an SABC, like a self-aid buddy care class. Go take any kind of first aid class you can, because you never know when it's going to be useful, and make sure you know how to actually help yourself medically and to help the people around you. So along those lines, I want to expand the content of my YouTube channel, not just to cover packs and kits and gear and things like that, but I would also like to start supplying some academic sessions. Some simple lessons on first aid, SEER, simple recreation like land naving, camping, how to start a fire, things like that. So if you have any requests for things that you would like to learn, please put that in the comments below and subscribe so you can see when I actually drop that content. I have a couple of more bag review videos and comparison videos that will be coming out soon. But I really appreciate you watching this video. I'd really appreciate it if you could subscribe. That helps my channel grow and potentially get monetized to be able to invest more financially into this kind of stuff. And again, if you have any questions or recommendations for me, either for academics or for gear reviews, let me know. And until then, try to challenge yourself with something every day and always try to be getting better. Thanks. Talk to you soon.